Buddy Brian back here with a look at Caspa, right? This is on the weekly chart. We're building up here to a pretty big move coming here any day, all right? Possibly any moment. This thing is uh, building up pressure here, and it's going to be an explosive move, all right, to the upside or downside. We're going to go over that here in a second, and we're going to take a look at a few things that's going on in here with Caspa. All right, over here to the crypto bubbles. You can see here for the day, core up 68%. Not 100% sure what that is. Last hour you can see a lot of stuff kind of popping here. Looks like Bitcoin might be making a little bit of a move here. Obviously everything bouncing a little bit here. Take a look at Caspa. Ranked number 46, that's down one spot. Market cap 3.08 billion. 24-hour volume is at 62.34 million. All right, we're down for the day 3%. All right, overall. Over here on Bitcoin. All right, the measure, if this breaks to the upside, this wedge, and I want to show you something pretty neat because this thing ended up. Let's get this off here. Earlier today, a few hours ago. Originally we only had these two lines down here on the bottom. That's why I always stretch these out. Because look at that. That came right into play. All right. Came down, ended up bouncing right off of our trend line and pulling back up here. All right. Now the measured move, if this breaks to the upside, even with a Fibonacci, all right, is giving it a target right around $82,000. Okay, the measured move of the wedge would be about 82,000. So, but it moved to the downside would, if it broke down, take it down towards, high 56. All right, just kind of makes more sense that it breaks to the upside for more than one reason. All right, we got our 4-hour turning up here. That daily is technically still bullish, an 83 and an 82. If we come down here on the 3-day, the 3-day has just flipped bullish, 30 and a 24. Okay, so we do got that bullish. The weekly, that weekly's right at that top there, 78 and an 84. And of course our monthly, it has moved down some, 97 and a 99. Wow. This was at a 100 and a 100 for a long time here. Okay. All right, 82,000. Let's take a look at a couple things here. Trend base fib gives it about 87. Okay, 82, 87. I totally, maybe this is a fourth wave. That was our fourth wave pullback in here. If you come out on this thing, boy, it sure looks like it, don't it? And then that final push up here. But you got that 4-hour turning up. You got the 8-hour just about reset, 12 and a 26. We do have a green 8-hour candle in here. The 12-hour is correcting 34 and a 51. Same thing, we have a green 12-hour candle also. Okay, and then that daily, technically still bullish, and our 3-day is bullish, and we are hitting off that moving average. Now the other day in Discord, I put a post out there. We had some bearish divergence here. Okay, right in here we had this high and a higher high, and down on the RSI we had this high and we had a lower low, or this low and a lower low, I mean. So we had some bearish divergence there, and sure enough ended up playing out in the long run here. Okay, but watching for Bitcoin to break to the upside here, just everything kind of makes sense. Then possibly a pretty decent correction, pretty big buying opportunity if you ask me. All right, come over here to Caspa. Now we were looking at this chart the other day. All right, I'm going to show you this. Everything was pointing towards, a breakout right there. Okay, now you got, let me find my pointer here. Here we go. All right, you had this resistance, 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 broke out, ABC here, a retest, and possibly a bounce out of here. All right, now this very same chart, if you go out on a weekly, all right, I want to show you something here. All right, now we have technically a new resistance area. All right, if we come up in here, you know, right through here. Okay, so here we go. You know, we got this resistance area coming down through here on the weekly. All right, looks like we have a line down through here building up, coming up this way. It's hard to get. It keeps flicking back and forth here. I'll get it. There we go. Okay, so now we have only 2 touches on that. You know, this could come down and touch it again actually here. It's very possible. All right, and we also have, you know, if we go on a monthly here, we have a monthly line there. We have a monthly line. Oops, I apologize. Avalanche making a move there. And we also have a monthly down here, a support here and a support up here on the monthly. Okay, now if we zoom back in on a daily chart here, all right, you can see that monthly on top here, which is this one right here, we will turn this a different color. How about a light blue? This is your monthly support areas right here. Okay, this blue, which we can make that a little bit bigger. You know, it's a support zone, I should say. You know what I mean? It's not an exact price area. It's a zone of support and resistance. Okay, is what you want to call them. All right, you don't have exact prices for support and resistance. You have areas where price reacts to. Okay, just like when it flipped on top here, you know, it did come down and break through right here, hit this bottom line, and now it's using that as support again. All right, so technically you can see here this thing is building up for a move. All right, now once again, when you go out on a different time frame, your trend lines change. All right, now that we're on a daily, you can see that. Now any break, you know, of course this thing can bounce up and down in here. Technically it could come up to the high 14s and not be broken out of here yet. You know, any clear break of 15 cents is definitely a breakout. Okay, to the upside. All right, now you definitely want to see it hold. I'd like to see it hold this support at 12.8. Okay, definitely I don't want to see it lose that. All right, that is a major area. In fact, that's a monthly support area. In fact, we could pull that down just a bit. All right, if you really zoom in on this thing, let's try to get it the best we can, right about there. Okay, so if we go back on that daily, yeah, you can see we got got a little bit of room here with it, but it's still at 12.8. Yeah, 12.8. Okay, definitely want to see it hold that. I mean, if it would lose it, you definitely want to see this hold down here. Okay, now obviously this is wedging up into a move. All right, it's running out of room. It's going to have to make a decision here very soon. I mean, technically now you have 1, 2, 3 touches on this thing on a daily. Totally valid line. All right, but you can see, you know, we might have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, might have a week's worth of room left in here. Do I think it's going to take that long to play out? Possibly. I mean, very possible. I mean, all's it done right in this zone here, right through here. Let me get my thing here. Here we go. Right through this area here, all it's done is gone sideways. You know, for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the last 6 days. I mean, it's just bounced between this zone right here. Okay, which is good. It's held. You know, it has held this upper area. All right, it's been above this area for roughly 2 weeks now. All right, you definitely want to see it hold that. Not only is that a very good support area, if you come in here with a fib and take a look at this, It is right on a 618 Fibonacci. Okay, the 13.2 is the 618. Okay, that 702 is right down on this monthly support at 12.8. All right, it's right on it. That 702. I definitely, you do not want to see it lose that area. Okay, that 702 and 618. As long as we keep this area, I think everything is perfectly fine. All right, right through. We're gonna put a little box in here. We want to see it hold that box. All right, that's our 618 and 702. Now, as far as the RSIs look, do we look like anytime soon we could be bouncing out of here? All right, that daily is at a 70 and a 71. Okay, right about in the middle down here at a 44. All right, the 12 hour, 37 and a 34. The 12 hour is bullish. The 8 hour wants to pull down a little bit. We do have a green 8-hour candle though. All right, it is cranking back up to the upside down here on the bottom, and like I said, we do have a green 8-hour candle. We're right in that zone again. The 4-hour is turning up. It's at a 19 and a 22. It's turning towards the upside. And if we come out here and look at the 3-day, that 3 days, that is 0 and a 799. 1 day and 3 hours. So tomorrow, what is this? Technically right now, tomorrow, 24, 27 hours, this thing will be at the completely at the bottom. Now look at these wicks on the 3-day. Look at these wicks on the top. You know, selling pressure possibly. Usually wicks on top means sellers. Wicks on the bottom mean buyers, you know, so maybe a little bit of selling pressure up through here. Every time it gets up here, it gets pushed back down. And then if we go on that weekly, boy, look at this weekly. It is just about ready to turn back up. All right, but that's going to take another 6 days before that thing is going to be down there. But it's at a 12 and a 19. It does not mean that if we get a strong push, believe me, if we get a strong push, this thing could absolutely just turn straight up, and this bottom one come underneath it, and that could flip bullish in a hurry. You know, no question about it. I've seen it happen before. I mean, it's right here. It almost did happen, but then it finished out correcting. But we are in that overbought, oversold area right down here near the bottom. Okay, so getting towards that area, but I definitely want to see it hold here, guys. So that would make our weekly 27 hours. Our 3-day will be reset. Our weekly is almost there. Okay, and that daily is at a 69.8 and a 71.7. Not very far off, you know, from turning right back up. So we are right in that zone. Okay, you want to see it hold 12.8 and a break of you know, what was it, roughly, you know, boy oh boy, even 14.8, you know, 15 cents would be a clear breakout. That would put it up right up here. Okay, right in this zone here. That you know, if you're going to try to long this or anything, don't do it, you know, just a little tip here, don't do it on the break of this. Okay, that's where people make mistakes. It'll break out, then it will pull back and retest it as support. That's where you buy breakouts, and then it should bounce up out of here. Okay, never buy big green candles. Wait for the retest. It'll run up, come back. That's where you get in, right there in the retest, and then it will bounce out of there. Right, that's the mistake a lot of people buy, and then you get caught in a fake out. All right, they happen all the time. You get fake outs to the downside and fake outs to the upside constantly, all the time. All right, you'll think you want it, it's breaking out. You know, oops, sorry about that. Let's lock that so that don't happen again. There we go. You know, but you'll get that breakout. You'll think it's a breakout, and then you'll get a red bearish engulfing candle, and it'll come right back down in. You know, then you lost that trade. Always wait for a retest. Okay, that minimizes your risk. You know, you put a stop loss down here or something, and definitely minimizes your risk. You don't want to get caught way up here, you know, way up in this area as it pulls back down. all right, because it will. I mean, these things go in steps, all right. Normally, if you if you get your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, all right, you're gonna have that 2 wave. You'll always get a pullback down there, okay. And normally, 618, 702, whatever, somewhere in that area, 50% if it's a really strong move. But you always get a pullback for a wave 2, okay. That's why when people get in longs, they're like, oh my god, it's pulling back, it's pulling back. No, it's doing a wave 2 back. But anyway, guys, big move coming in Caspa very, very soon. What would the measured move be with this thing? Let's get an idea here. All right, let's take an info line. We're going to go from inside here pretty decently and just take a measurement. Definitely valid, 100% valid line. 1, 2, 3 touches. 1, 2, 3 touches on top. Okay, now this is a conservative angle, but 25 cents to the upside, to the downside, you'd be looking at 7 cents. All right, so everything is looking pretty well with Caspa. Even on this chart that we have over here, let me see if I picked the right one. Yeah, on the weekly, we're still holding right inside here, okay, which makes sense that we hold here and bounce to the upside. If we don't, we would break out of this support zone that we've started way back here over a year ago now. February, March, April, so 15 months now we've rode this support line. Okay, we came down, touched it again, valid support line. 1, 2, 3 touches right there. Okay, would not make sense for a breakdown. All right, that would take out, I believe this is our bull run trend line. Wouldn't make sense for it to break down from here. It just wouldn't. A shot up to 25 cents would put us back up in the middle of the range of this thing, technically right up. Where would that put us? 25, right up in here. Okay, and then we could be expecting, maybe an ABC back down to the trend line, and then our next push up. But expecting this thing to just ride on up. So, all right, thank you very much. Please hit the like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that so much, guys. But it's coming soon. All right, so yeah, I'm ready. Have a good day.